Hi, my name is Rik Mercaldi. I work in guitars at Alto Music, and this is my gear story. This is my 1915 Gibson A1 mandolin. I've had it for probably about 12, 13 years now. All original, in great condition. It's been used on countless recordings that I've done, both my band stuff, other people's recordings. Genya Raven's Undercover album features it on a couple tracks. I used to play in a band called Spite and Dival. We did a gig at Citi Field outside the stadium before the game, and as part of the gig they asked us to do an unplugged version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game inside the stadium for the 7th inning stretch. So it's actually been featured on the Jumbotron too. It's kind of funny. So the story is, I used to work in the vintage guitar business in Manhattan, I guess about 12, 13 years ago. A friend of mine, Roger, was co-owner of a bar in the East Village that we used to hang out in. One day my wife called me at work and said, hey, you want to meet over at Roger's bar after work? So we get there and Roger sees me and he goes, dude, you're not going to believe what I found last night. He runs down to the basement, grabs this old case, brings it up on the bar. It's like, nobody called, nobody contacted us, don't know where this thing came from, but I found it here. I don't really know a lot about mandolins, so do me a favor, man, just like check it out and let me know what you think. So I pick it up and noodling around on it and playing it in the bar, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing, not only is this vintage, but at that point I'm like, this is like turn of the century vintage. You could tell by the label and the old Gibson logo. And I played a few chords on it, kind of amazed. I'm like, I can't believe somebody would have left this in the bar. You don't even play mandolin and somebody left you a mandolin. It's totally unfair. So I kept playing it in the bar for a while. People are turning their heads. They're like, oh my God, what is that? Like, the thing sounds amazing. This goes on for a while. Finally, my wife, who's sitting in the bar stool next to me, leans over and whispers in my ear, happy birthday, sweetheart. And so yeah, that's the story. So a little bit of the backstory. My friend Roger, him and I worked in the vintage business in Manhattan. And so when my wife decided she wanted to get me a vintage mandolin, he hooked her up with our friend Danny over at Chelsea Guitars on 23rd Street in Manhattan and helped pick this out and concoct this whole scheme to surprise me with it. So that's pretty much the story of pretty much the coolest birthday present I ever got. Thank you to my wife Janet, my friend Roger, cheers. And that's my gear story and I'm sticking to it. Thanks.